Hey everyone, it's Zach back with a new mortgage video. Hope you're all having a happy Monday. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, where I'll try to demystify all things mortgage related. If you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe. So I wanted to give a quick market update because mortgage rates have been rising. Specifically, Friday, they went up quite a bit and have continued moving that direction today. So I wanted to explain why and a couple of the things on the horizon this week that could either continue with that negative trend or reverse things. So what's caused this worsening is jobs reports. There were two big ones on Friday that both came in a negative fashion for mortgage rates. We had unemployment rate that came in lower than expected, and non-farm payrolls came in dramatically higher than expected, basically showing the job market is a lot more robust than the market expected. So you combine that with at the Fed's last meeting where they did choose to cut rates, but Jerome Powell was very hawkish in his press conference, talking about how inflation has been higher and harder to get down than they had anticipated. So now we've got both a stronger job market and higher inflation than the Fed would like. And that is making the market feel less optimistic about getting rate cuts in the near future. So as of today, there's almost no chance of a rate cut this month. There was never really a high probability of that. But now even March is looking very likely to be a rate pause. And May and June are also kind of toss-ups right now. Whereas before, March was kind of a toss-up, and then May and June, we're expecting at least one rate cut by those months. Now the market is less confident in that. So what's going to either continue with the negative headwinds that started on Friday or reverse things? We have producer price index, and most importantly is going to be consumer price index. Both are going to show inflation, and what we want is low figures for those inflation metrics, especially in the core inflation, which is very much going to prep us for the report at the end of the month, PCE, that the Fed cares more about. The best case scenario, we get lower than expected inflation. That will probably help rates and maybe bring it closer to a 50-50 proposition for March to be potentially a rate cut. Again, I think January is for sure going to be a rate pause at this point. On the other hand, if we get even as expected inflation, but especially worse inflation than the market is anticipating, I would expect that projection of when the first rate cut is going to be to only go further back. And I think it's noteworthy, also worth mentioning last week, was Trump spoke a little bit about tariffs and specifically kind of doubling down on his expectations to put in some pretty extreme tariffs, which would theoretically cause higher prices, potentially worsen inflation. The market didn't really react to that news. So while a lot of market prognosticators were talking about it, I didn't really see anything in the numbers to suggest it made a big impact. I do think that as potential inflationary or deflationary policies get actually enacted or even really start picking up in terms of getting enacted, that will have an effect on mortgage rates. But even President Trump just talking doesn't seem to be moving the needle, and it really is just a matter of the same kind of reports that have been influencing mortgage rates for the past several years. So as always, if there's anything new that comes up, or especially after all the dust settles with these inflation reports, I'll probably shoot another video. Also planning to do a video talking about seller financing this week. But if you have any questions or comments on this video, shoot them below, or feel free to call, text, or email me. But thanks for tuning into this one, and I will see you next time.